Hello, curious people. I'm back. That's right, I never really expected to be back. I kinda figured I would just keep continuously uploading videos, but life is what happens to you when you're busy making other plans, I guess. Look at how close I am to the mic now. I'm practically making out with this thing. And I've got a neoprene mat across my desk. I'm gonna make the talk bubble bigger soon. This is sort of, this video is here for a lot of reasons. Among my, regularly scheduled programming, which I will resume pretty soon, possibly later today. Don't count on that. Yeah, I've been thinking about making the talk bubble bigger since I had made my first couple videos. I'm glad that that's a suggestion that people agree with me on. Yeah, I actually tried. Oh, you good, Jollibee? I knocked the table a little. You good, Jollibee? All right. We seem to be doing fine. Yeah, so I'm mostly making this video to basically test all of these suggestions that all y'all helpful people have offered me in the comments to improve my video and audio quality. I got the upright microphone close to my face. It's picking up sound from the sides as opposed to the top. I did not know that about this kind of microphone. And yeah, I tried. You might not be able to see it with the camera quality. You might, but I tried quite a while ago after, in August, after I had recorded just my first couple videos, to make the green screen talk bubble larger. And so there's like this area around it where the paint is slightly whiter, because what I did was I cut up an old green t-shirt of mine into a talk bubble shape and I hot glued it to the background. And then turns out it did not work as a green screen because it was like rippled. It was not, it did not show up on the camera as all the same color, because there were like creases in it and couldn't get the creases out because it was hot glued. So I had to tear it off, and it took the paint off the background as well. So I had to touch that up with more paint. It looks even jankier in person, trust me. But yeah, so other reason I'm making this video is to reassure people that, like Crowded House at the end of, what album is that? I'm still here. It's a reference no one will get anyway. But I'm still here. Yeah, a few people have noticed that my channel got deleted a few days ago. I've been getting comments about like, hey, your channel was gone and now it's back. What happened? As you can tell, yeah, my channel's back. But I figured I might as well talk about that. And also my channel has been absolutely blowing up way faster than I expected it to be. And so might as well talk about that as well. Consider this like a 4,000 subscriber Q&A. That was the intro. Did ya like it? Got a new extra short intro, bitches. Y'all were complaining about how long the intro was too, right? Well, I'm sorry. I like the long-ass intro. I'm super grateful for all the advice and constructive criticism I've been getting. It's actually helpful, constructive criticism, let alone in YouTube comments. Doesn't seem like it would be a real helpful source, but it is. Thank you all for that, but I'm going to keep some things for myself. The long intro stays. I am going to play the full long intro with Aha and Subways of Your Mind by Fex. I'm going to play that as the outro for this video. To my twisted mind, that's just an ordinary Tor's Cabinet of Curiosities video. At least I'm not getting rid of Jollibee. I got one comment that said that Jollibee was the, quote, cringiest, with a K, cringiest thing they'd ever seen in a YouTube video. But I think everyone's glad that I am not adhering to that guy's advice. Speaking of Jollibee, people ask if he's a real durian. That's a surprisingly common comment I've been getting, is like, you must freeze him between each episode, right? Or like, there's no way that you're buying a new fresh durian every episode. Those aren't cheap. There is an origin story for Jollibee. It is explained in the credits to all my videos, so you can just go look at any of my regular videos apart from this one, and you will find out the whole story behind what Jollibee is and where he's from. But let's talk about my channel. Yeah, so people keep saying, like, I am amazed that this channel sprung fully formed into existence. Like, all these long, well-researched videos that are just came out of nowhere. Well, I've actually been working on this channel for 3 years now. It was, let me see if this better. I guess I'll have to see. Yeah, please do leave me comments about how I can further improve things. Because, like, the angle that I'm looking at the camera doesn't feel perfect. But yeah, I'm working things out. Yeah, so this channel has existed for 3 years. I have only just made the jump to YouTube. It was originally a podcast on the student radio station KPH at my alma mater, Lewis and Clark College in Portland. And I got involved with KPH because I wanted to start a band. And I asked a guy who I knew was a talented musician, but he was a senior, he was graduating the next year, and I couldn't start a band with him. I was like, how do I meet other good musicians at Lewis and Clark? And he said, get involved with KPH. There are a lot of cool people there. And so I was like, well, what kind of, so I was just thinking, what kind of content should I put on KPH? Because most people just have, playlists. Most people just play songs. And I could do that, and maybe if I was trying to meet other musicians, that would be the move. But I was like, just as an afterthought, just like a week before my KPH show was supposed to launch, and it was already, I already had a time slot named Tor's Cabinet of Curiosities. I was like, why don't I just talk about interesting stories? Because, like, my friends and family are sick of hearing me talk about interesting stories. Why don't I make those public? So I wrote and researched long scripts every week while I was still in college. I can't even remember how I got the time or motivation to do that. But yeah, every week I made one of these, and these are all the same episodes. I'm doing the episodes from the same old scripts that I did on the Tor's Cabinet of Curiosities podcast on the radio. Tor's Cabinet of Curiosities podcast is, eventually I managed to record some of the episodes that I did live, and I put them on all the major podcast platforms. They're gone now, I think. I tried to delete them all to funnel people into the Tor's Cabinet of Curiosities YouTube channel that I started earlier this year. But you might be able to still find them, You should head out and see if you can find them. But yes, so most of these episodes are really old. I worked on Tor's Cabinet of Curiosities, the podcast, on and off at my school for about 2 years. I got a total of 30 episodes, all of which will eventually be released on the Tor's Cabinet of Curiosities YouTube channel. And yeah, so I graduated earlier this year in May 2024. And by then, I had decided I was going to turn Tor's Cabinet into a YouTube channel. My original idea was I was going to have this set up. I was going to have this set up with this sort of Dr. Seuss-like background painted by my sister, who's an artist. It was actually originally inspired, loosely inspired by this photo of an Indonesian revolutionary leader. I like the way he sort of, with the umbrella framing him, he sort of looks like he's, exploding out of the background. And I showed that picture to my sister, and she was like, yeah, I can do something like that. It looks more like I'm turning Super Saiyan, but I love it either way. And then I was going to have a talk bubble showing what I'm talking about as a green screen with my co-host, Thimble the Doll. Yeah, I wasn't originally going to have Jollibee as my co-host. I was going to have this creepy doll that used to belong to my mom. Because, see, I already used the doll as a prop in D&D, Dungeons & Dragons. I have a D&D game that I play with my friends where I'm this character who is an artificer, which is like a magical engineer, sort of, and she designs living clockwork dolls to do her bidding, and she's always accompanied by Thimble, her security doll, who fights with a straight razor. And Thimble is one of my favorite characters to play, and I play with this doll on the table as Thimble, and I was going to have Thimble as my co-host when I made the jump to YouTube with Tor's Cabinet of Curiosities, but then my girlfriend at the time was like, that doll creeps me out. You shouldn't have that doll in your videos. So I was like, well, what else? What else can I do? I had just come back from studying abroad in China, which I made some videos about for Tor's Cabinet as well. Those will release in a little while at some point. And I had brought back a plastic durian for reasons that are, the reason I bought the plastic durian is actually relevant to a future Tor's Cabinet episode that I was working on while I was in China. You'll just have to find that out. And my sister was like, why don't I put a sort of Mr. Potato Head style clay face on the durian? And you can use that as your co-host, and the rest is history. So yeah, then I graduated. I figured I would spend most of the summer working on Tor's Cabinet, but it took me until August to actually get a working studio setup going. I recorded raw footage for 12 episodes in August, and then I headed off to my first real serious, not summer job, which was working for the Harris campaign in Wisconsin. I was actually living in Dubuque, Iowa, and then commuting across the river to Wisconsin every day. I was the field organizer for the Harris campaign in Grant and Crawford counties in the rural southwest corner of Wisconsin. It was honestly a forgiving job. I'm glad that I did that. Obviously, we did not achieve what we planned to achieve. But yeah, I'm glad I did that. While I was there, I began editing the episodes that I had already made, the 12 total episodes I'd recorded raw footage for in August, and I started releasing them. I had by the time my job was over after the election, I had 20 subscribers and 30 total views on each of my videos. And then I began seriously editing and releasing them at a good clip after I arrived back home in Oregon, and all of a sudden, literally overnight, my Utah fake town video just started blowing up. I woke up one day and I was like, damn, I have a lot of emails. Wait, they're all comments. Wait. And all of a sudden I had thousands of views and hundreds of subscribers from the Utah fake town video. It's still by far my most viewed video, but understandably let people in on the other videos too. Now, I have plenty of comments, lots of subscribers. I've just passed, I think, 4,200 subscribers. And of course, my first comments were all recording advice, which is helpful, At least it's not the Tor's Cabinet of Curiosities podcast. You know what I used to record the episodes of the Tor's Cabinet of Curiosities podcast? My phone. I had a mic, obviously, because I was doing them on the radio from the KPH radio studio, but to record them for posterity and, put them on the internet, I used my phone. So yeah, there will be 4 more janky videos coming out after this one. The other 4 videos of the 12 total videos that I recorded in August, videos where I am moving around like a snake charmer, or like a snake, listening to a snake charmer, watching to look for the teleprompter that I'm looking at, videos where I'm awkward and breathing oddly mid-word and stuff, and where the audio quality is janky because the mic is all the way over here and all that bullshit. So yeah, I had just gotten crazy lucky. I surpassed 4,000 subscribers on Thanksgiving, so yeah, still less than a week ago. And then on last Friday, I got an email. 2 personnes, nous avons supprimé votre chaîne de YouTube. Yeah, YouTube communicates with me in French. I don't know why, and it's just the emails I get from YouTube. The rest of my Google account is set to English. When I go to YouTube Studio and I look up the videos that I've released, of course the interface is all in English, but then when I get an email to my regular email that's telling me I've got a comment or something. It says, Nouvelle réponse à un commentaire concernant baseball's weirdest Hall of Famer, something like that. And I don't want to fix that. Please do not tell me how to fix that. If you comment telling me how to fix that, I will punch you in the comment. I'm going to punch your comment right off. And yeah, I mean, helps me keep up my French. But yeah, I got an email that nous avons supprimé votre chaîne de YouTube. I was like, no, not my fucking chaîne de YouTube. And yeah, so I had been suspended for règlement relatif au spam, aux pratiques trompeuses et aux escroqueries. Maybe that's why they communicate with me in French, because then they can be extra aggressive. Meaning they thought I was scamming people. They thought that I was scamming people with YouTube. I have no idea why. To this day, I have no idea why. Like, I sent an appeal where I tried to be polite, and I was like, hey, I don't know why this happened. Probably some glitchy bot found it, and I have no idea what it flagged. Could I have my channel back? Because my whole channel was nuked. It was not just one video. It was not just a few videos. I didn't get an advance warning at all. My whole channel was gone, and my whole YouTube account was gone. I was not even allowed to watch other videos on YouTube with the account that I had. Like, whatever they thought I was doing, it was serious. But I still don't know what they thought I was doing, which really does not reassure me that it won't happen again. I did, within like 24 hours, I got my channel back, but, I don't nearly have the numbers on my channel that I was doing before I got it suspended. Part of that is because I haven't put out any new videos, so that'll change. Knock on wood. But, yeah, there's wood under this. But yeah, it's annoying. It really is annoying. I gotta wonder if it's because my channel got so big so fast, because this thing is not common. Like, it's not common to have been on YouTube for a little over a month, to be seriously uploading videos for a few weeks, and to have over 4,000 subscribers. Like, I've been looking at other YouTubers describing their journey to widely watched, widely subscribed channels, and I feel like, I got crazy lucky. I won the lottery. I got Hillary Clinton trading cattle futures kind of lucky. So, I mean, if that's what made YouTube think my channel was a scam, I mean, fine. I know I'm not scamming anyone. But I wish that there was some kind of legal recourse for this. Like, I wish major YouTubers would, like, pool some of their money to contribute to something like a legal team that will represent defrocked YouTubers for cheap. I mean, if my channel gets big enough, I'll see if I can organize some major YouTubers to contribute to that, because it really sucks and feels in some way illegal that they can just accuse you out of nowhere of various, like, genuine, honest-to-God crimes and shut down your channel just because a bot misinterpreted something, and then just not tell you why. See, that's what really bothers me. They're not telling me why. I wrote a short story over the weekend to take my mind off Tor's Cabinet. It doesn't have anything to do with anything I've covered on Tor's Cabinet. It takes place in Dubuque, where I lived for 2 months while I was working on the election. It's called Median World. It's sort of, if you know the sci-fi author Greg Egan, it's sort of influenced by some of his work. It's also pretty similar. I only realized this after writing it, but it's pretty similar to the classic sci-fi short story Why I Left Harry's All-Night Hamburgers, if you know that one. Yeah, I'm proud of it. I haven't written much fiction in years and years, so I've got a link to it in the description. Go ahead, check it out. In the meantime, I guess I'll respond to some of my favorite comments. I can't find this one now. It was in the comments of the Utah video, and might have been deleted, but someone said, I love the name of this channel. Tor, like that B-movie actor, and then Cabinet of Curiosities, like Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities. which is not at all where the name of my channel comes from. Tor's Cabinet of Curiosities predates Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities. It's just a coincidence. I hope that makes it easier to find my channel. Like that YouTuber Mr. Beat, the high school teacher from Kansas who talks about presidents, who is absolutely like the polar opposite kind of YouTuber from Mr. Beast, but no one knew who he was until people started mistyping Mr. Beast, and then he blew up. I'm hoping it's like that. Also, Tor, that B-movie actor, I think this person was talking about Tor Johnson, the humongous Swedish pro wrestler who was in Plan 9 from Outer Space, one of the original classic So Bad It's Good 50s B movies. This is the guy. This is the guy that someone thought my channel was named after. Now, my name is actually Tor. My legal, actual first name is Tor. Actually, it's short for Torrance, but I've always gone by Tor. So, yeah. That's my name, but I love the suggestion that the channel was named after Tor Johnson so much that I am now officially declaring the fact that my name is Tor to be a coincidence. This channel is named after Tor Johnson. This comment was left on the Easter Island video. I like the response to it. This is one of my favorite comments I've gotten. This was on the New York Mole People video. This is great, this person is a curiosity in my cabinet of curiosities. Welcome. This channel is exactly for the sort of overthinking types like you. I love that it references the Christian Rosenkreuz, the founder of Rosicrucianism, the chemical wedding of Christian Rosenkreuz or whatever. I actually reference that, the old alchemical texts of Rosicrucianism. That comes up, that becomes relevant to a later Tor's Cabinet episode. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Someone, I think also on the video, commented that Tor's Cabinet of Curiosities should be a Tor's Cabinet of Curiosities episode. I love that. That's so great. And, thank you all for being here. This video is much too long already. It's been a while since I've recorded any of the videos that you've seen. My setup has changed ever so slightly. I hope the audio quality is at least a little bit better. I hope that I look a little less awkward on screen. It'll take a little while for me to be fully professional with any of this shit, but thank you all for being here as I deal with the slings and arrows of starting a YouTube channel. Dum 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 dum. That's the doll. Dum 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 dum.